Hello everybody and welcome back to Rave Green TV. And this is going to be your preview for this week's midweek match against CF Montreal. Against the best Canadian team arguably this season in MLS. They're currently sitting in 5th place with 2 games in hand though, and they've looked really strong under Wilfried Nancy, who I've been a big fan of since he's been appointed manager. There's a lot of question marks surrounding him, but Montreal have been the real deal. We are very lucky though, because the guy that I would say we would have to keep our eyes on in this match, Georgi Mihailovic, who's been a rising star this season in MLS. A candidate honestly for MVP this season, most likely won't play, but I'm not going to count my chickens and jinx it, and then he somehow miraculously makes it back for the game. But this game against Montreal, it's very important again, like I mentioned in the preview, that we get 3 points, because it's the final game of the 5-game home stretch that we have, and it's against a really tough opponent, and arguably probably the second best of the 5 teams that we're playing against in this home game stretch. And so it's important that we get a win. You know, in the Sporting Kansas City game, we saw ourselves score early on, and that's the same thing I'd say against Montreal, because I'm worried that the case could be we don't score early on, we keep it 0-0, and then Montreal may get a goal late on, win the game, or it stays 0-0, and we only get a draw, which in theory, on paper, before the game, a draw wouldn't be the end of the world against Montreal, but we're trying to catch up in the standings now. You know, we're catching up from our CCL campaign, and it's key that we start picking up 3 points, especially at home, because Lumenfield's supposed to be a fortress, but in the recent, 2 years, it really hasn't. Teams have been coming here getting 3 points, like, for example, Inter Miami's done it, Nashville's done it this season. We need to keep this place as a fortress. We need to keep getting 3 points. We need to keep getting clean sheets. So it's important, I think, to keep a clean sheet, to get goals. It will probably be a very heavily rotated lineup, because we're playing Montreal midweek, and then Toronto, which could probably be Lorenzo Insigne's first or second game in MLS. So it's going to be scary to go up against him. So we probably are going to have a pretty rotated squad, but it shouldn't excuse us to get anything less than 3 points in my opinion. I mean, the guys that are still on the bench, like Danny Leyva, AB Cissoko, and Liao Chu and things like that, should be able to get the job done, because they're all really talented players, and we've seen them get goals, get assists, you know, contribute offensively and defensively for this team. So it's going to be important. Wilfried Nancy's going to have his team set up, ready to go, and Montreal are probably going to come here and expect and hope to get 3 points as well. They're not going to be playing for a draw. They're going to be playing for a win, because they've been a team that's been road killers this season. They've gone points in many of the teams in the Eastern Conference, and they're probably going to think nothing less when coming to Lumen Field, because they are that team. They are that guy this season. So it's going to be important for the Sounders. Set the tempo, get a goal early on, and do not miss key opportunities in this game. I think this will be a game where, yes, we use the width really well against Sporting Kansas City, but I don't know if Montreal is going to give us that opportunity, because they have very physical outside backs. So it's going to be important that we, pass and move. A little bit of a fluid game from us. So we'll see how it goes from the Sounders. We'll see what kind of lineup we put out, but it's important that we get 3 points against Montreal, because this is a good team, and it's a good test for us to see, okay, where do we truly lie amongst the best teams in MLS this season, because we got a draw against LAFC, and we haven't really played well against the better teams so far this season, and we got a draw as well against Austin, but arguably probably could have lost that game as well. So this is a big statement win for us. But boys and girls, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. What are you hoping for in this midweek game against Montreal? Let me know your guys' thoughts. Make sure to smash the like button on today's video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I hope you all have a lovely day.